when you're just cruising around, the steering is so much lighter than the SV, and when you actually look at this four-wheel steer.
If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. Oh.
Good afternoon, guys. How's it going? Hope you're all having an awesome day. I certainly am, in the driver's seat of the Aventador SVJ, but all good things must come to an end, and today marks the last 24 hours that I have with this car. It is safe to say we've had some fun with it, we've done some cool things with it, I've learnt a lot about it, but today something quite big is happening, and I'm so glad that I am able to spend the next 2 hours not just in the Aventador SVJ, but I'm going to be meeting up with a good old friend of mine, Sam from SeenThroughGlass. Yep, over the last 3 months, Sam has been traveling around the world on his Drive the World tour, mainly in Porsches and the odd Ferrari here and there. And today, I've got the opportunity of having lunch with him, catching up, planning a few road trips ourselves, seeing as he is now venturing into his European leg of his around the world trip. And seeing as I've got the Aventador SVJ, I thought that it would be perfectly timed to let him experience the wonderful world of Lamborghini, because let's be honest, he has shunned the Lamborghini brand for the last 3 months. He has been filming many cars other than Lamborghini, and I have been trolling him online on Instagram, DMs, WhatsApp, and every other means of communication, and today I get to do it face to face. It gets so much attention.
It's a ridiculous spec, that's why. It's absolutely, it's not only a Lamborghini, it's fucking purple with gold wheels.
I can't believe you've just like ran over to me and like stopped me from going in the car park.
Well, I was to try and help you because I struggled to manoeuvre a 911 in that car park.
Yeah, but remember,
you're in a barge, in an absolute barge.
It's got four-wheel steer and Allah.
No difference.
It's got Allah.
I don't think Allah works at 5 miles an hour, does it? Probably Lamborghini it does.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just suddenly thought I would help you by not making you go in there. It's still a bit lurchy, isn't it?
Oh yeah. The single clutch is
a bit brutal.
It'd be better in Corsa, trust me.
It's so brutal. There's nothing here. I feel like, you know, old Land Rover Defenders that had no carpets, but they had that kind of material that, you know, you grip your feet and you wouldn't get it muddy.
So you're not moving around?
Yeah, so it's like a Defender.
It's a substitute for a bucket seat.
Could just sit on the floor and get more grip. It does feel different in here though. I don't know what it is. I think the screen looks tiny. The carbon fibre looks awful. That looks really plasticky up there, don't you think?
No, it looks like carbon fibre.
No, that looks really crap.
The Lamborghini within 2 seconds of being in this car. You love the SV.
I love to drive the SV on a mountain road.
Yeah.
That was about it. After that, I was a bit like, yeah. No, I think this is super cool. Like the spec, cool. But it's also a bit crap.
What's crap about it?
Well, it's just old and crap, isn't it?
Yeah, but your opinion is based off you haven't driven a Hurricane Performante and you've driven an SV on a mountain road, which you said you loved.
Yeah, no, with the SV on the mountain road, this is super cool.
This SVJ is the best of the Performante and the best of the SV all wrapped up into one.
Is it?
Yeah. It's super nimble.
Okay. Super nimble.
Trust me.
Oh my god. So unnecessary. This is just so you can get screenshots of me putting stupid faces.
yeah.
Just to put on Twitter. Yeah.
No, I'm driving it in Corsa mode because I feel that's the best way that you're really gonna encapsulate a first impressions of being in an SVJ.
Okay, take your Lambos make all the best cars hat off. Mm-hmm. Does it actually feel different to an SV?
I did this yesterday.
Okay.
SV versus SVJ.
Yeah.
This is the first V12 Lamborghini you can drive with one hand.
Is that what was that your summary? That was your statement?
That is all
everything.
That's all I took away.
Chris Harris, watch out!
In all seriousness, the four-wheel steer combined with all of the aero stuff, because you can see it working.
Okay.
You can actually watch everything working. It is
on a screen. It's telling you it's working.
Yeah, it is a totally different experience. Totally different experience.
Oh, glad we filmed this before lunch. Oh my god, that's actual G's.
Yeah.
Like my
Oh, yeah,
stomach's
I've got a
like.
G-force reader up there.
Well, that was a bit. I feel a bit nauseous. That was a bit intense, isn't it?
But like,
it must look amazing coming up behind another car.
and I've spent the last 3 days filming this from the outside and watching back the footage. This road presence of this car in comparison to the SV, I will touch upon it later on, but the rear wing has a width extension. Okay. So it has reminiscence of like a Diablo, you know, that really narrow
absolutely.
Front end, but a really wide rear.
Really wide rear, and they're bigger on the side.
They're huge. They're double the size of an SV.
Okay.
They're absolutely massive.
So it gives it a bit more of a wider presence.
But if I just have it in sport mode and like, you get lots more pops and bangs.
Okay. It's very different, the sound. I can't get.
Look at that. Just making a chicane up.
Thank you. Could have warned me, but I can't get over how different, considering how iconic the Aventador sound is, inside and out.
Yeah.
It's a very different tone, right? It's the tone that's different. That pop. It's like a 675 LT.
Yeah.
The worrying thing is that I keep going for a grab handle,
And there's
and
no
all
one.
it is the door, like a floppy door handle. What is that about?
When you're just cruising around, the steering is so much lighter than the SV, and when you actually look at this forward steer,
If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it.
What?
Are you thought we were going straight for that curb?
Yeah.
I thought we were going straight. That's confidence.
In an SV, you would.
That is confidence. You just bossed that at high speed.
Yeah. It's so easy to do.
I honestly thought we were ploughing into that curb. That
You can do mini roundabouts with this. Like, it is literally like.
Okay, no,
Look at
but it's
that.
unnecessary.
Yeah, but
We're not on a racetrack.
an Aventador doesn't do that. This does.
Okay, this is still an Aventador, FYI.
Back into sport. Because Strada is boring. It's good for fuel economy. Good-ish.
Good-ish, but
It's still.
yeah, no, it's very cool. It's very cool. I'll give you that, and the serrated engine cover. And, yeah,
Totally useless practicality.
totally. Yeah, but you don't want a practical Lambo, do you?
It's true. From the outside, though, this thing screams.
Okay. Sorry, you've gone down to second gear, so I'm just bracing myself because it's not a normal gear to be driving in right now. Yeah. Okay, well, congrats. Well done.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a 4-day loan cover. It's like a boy. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, so well done. No, but let's be realistic. You probably won't ever be able to buy it. So having it for 4 days is probably pretty.
That's what I said in the
pretty
video.
good. Yeah. Let's face it. That's a pretty big achievement. I saw Shmi yesterday in the Ford GT.
Oh, did you?
He drove past me. I went, "Oh, Ford GT." I went, Shmi. And so I texted him and said, "I think I just saw you." He goes, "Yeah, just down and about." So, classic too.
Well, welcome to the car scene in the UK. You've been experiencing it all over the world.
I have.
So you saw a Ford GT yesterday, you're cruising in SVJ to lunch today.
It's the most
there are two
hypercar
things
stuff.
that you haven't done on Drive the World. And I'm really frustrated that you haven't filmed any Lamborghinis.
Oh,
You've literally driven everything.
And you know what?
else.
So many people have been putting them down my throat, like, "Look, I've got a Lambo for you." And I've been like, "No, I'm good." But there is some Lambo content coming. Don't worry.
Woohoo!
There is some Lambo.
Is that when I meet up with you in Europe?
Yeah. I didn't think we were going to reveal it yet, but yeah. I drove a Gallardo Balboni.
I haven't seen that.
No, well, I think I edited it out. I think I edited out the drive because it was with a really weird.
So the most legendary Lamborghini, you just edited out of your video, and probably
And had Nick Sauce on it as well.
Probably something to do with more beer off fucking Porsche.
There was a GT3 RS that rolled in. Really nice spec. Oh god, what a disaster.
Go on then. Best car you've driven. I'm not saying like the fastest. I'm saying the best car that you've driven so far this year.
Spider.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still?
It's annoying that that's a Porsche, because I do genuinely want to try and separate myself a bit, but the 918 Spider, it was because I thought it wasn't going to be that good.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a bit dull. I've always
Didn't
wanted
you say
to laugh
that
at
the
the
918
P1.
is kind of like a Porsche Boxster at one point?
Yeah, oh, I've slagged it off for a long time. Yeah. So when the guy was like, you can drive, I was like, oh, yeah, cool. Like, he had a 911, I was like, I'm all excited about that. But holy crap, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing, the noise, the experience. So that's the best car I've driven.
Okay.
The coolest experience I had, though, was Zonda 760.
Yeah.
Well, the Phantasma Evo.
Yeah.
So that was the cool. Didn't drive it, but in the passenger seat, everything I hoped it was going to be.
Yeah. That's like a bucket list thing.
Yeah, total bucket list thing. And the surprise. What just happened? We just got.
I just put the nose down.
Oh, I felt that. That was cool.
Much faster than any McLaren.
Yeah, good point. Biggest surprise. Let me think of a surprise car that I didn't think I would like. Gen 1 NSX.
Yeah?
Yeah, type of like, because I was a bit like, I'm trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
But actually really freaking
But that
good.
came out to be a rival to the 355.
Yeah,
So-
and it was Senna developed. But I just didn't think it was going to be as good. I knew it was going to be good,
Yeah.
but I didn't think it would be as good as it was. It really was amazing. I thought it would just be a cool sports car, but it was actually really amazing.
Oh, God.
What a nice Turbo S!
What a snort.
Wow, what
What
a
are those wheels?
carbon fibre wheels. Hello.
I'm actually going to give this about 2 seconds of airtime in my video because it's all it's worth.
Can you imagine me trying to get into width restrictions at the moment with those carbon fibre wheels? I'm
Yeah.
pissing myself.
This is what you can't escape.
The best badge in the business.
I actually think these are the...
Okay, so I found out
the
they're over £10,000 as I expected.
Yeah, they're
Carbon fibre wheels.
I actually prefer the diamond cut Porsche Turbo S
Oh, I really
wheels.
don't like the look of them.
Yeah.
I think they look awful.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it dumbs the whole car down.
Yeah.
It makes it look less special, but supposedly they are.
What's it like to
weight-saving.
drive?
What's it like to drive? I understand why people say it's the quickest A to B car.
This is now going to be my final journey. This is it. This is the last time I'm going to drive the Aventador SVJ. And how I want to finish off and summarise what these 4 days have been like and what they mean to me, I'm going to rattle off the 3 best things about the SVJ and the 3 worst things. But first, I just want to get to this roundabout and do a bit of an acceleration because I think we're going to have There we go, that was my goodbye to Sam as he heads off into central London. And let's start with the 3 things that I have found not to like about the SVJ. And we start with the infotainment and sound system. Hands down, the worst sound system I think I've heard in a car. You just can't get the treble, the bass right. The volume button is all over the place. Sometimes you flick it up and the volume goes up, and sometimes it blows your eardrums out. There is no fine balance to the sound system. And seeing as it's an optional extra to have this upgraded premium sound, it is not good. Secondly, the fuel tank size is atrocious, meaning that you are filling up every single day, and that is exactly what I've done. It costs around £75–80 to fill up, and I've done 4 tanks in 4 days, and I've only done 380 miles. And I've done a fair amount of motorway miles as well, so that is mind-boggling. And lastly, the comfort seats still have too much lumbar support, and for me that has a sore back most of the time, they're just not very comfortable, and the carbon seats are even worse. They're the 3 things that I've picked up that I don't like about the car, but the 3 things that I do like about the car is the sound. I have grown to fall in love with the sound. I now know how loud it is from the outside. Inside, you're cocooned in the coupe form. With the windows down, those pops and bangs are like gunshots. It is amazing. And I know that I talked a little bit about the sound of the SVJ as opposed to the SV. I still think the SV sounds better. But as soon as we start seeing aftermarket exhaust systems coming on the SVJ, I do think these are going to sound really, really, really special. Also, I love what I was talking about with Sam, the new extended wing that's wider, that really fits the rear section and shoulders of the car perfectly. It gives it a much wider stance at the rear, and is something that I'm playing now for you guys to see. The SV doesn't have the same road presence as the SVJ. The way this thing looks really commands the road. And lastly, I know I talked about agility a lot and the way this thing is maneuvering about on the road, but it has become the most complete and drivable Aventador, and therefore the final thing I love about this car is how agile it is. If you had the choice of buying a Performante at list or an SVJ at list, you would be stupid to not spend 100 grand more on the SVJ, because this is worth way more than 100 grand when you drive it. And there we go. That is my final video with the SVJ. Oh, I'm so sad. But it has been an incredible 4 days to experience what this car is like, to just live with, have outside my apartment and have the keys and just be able to walk up to it and enjoy it whenever I feel like it. It really is the closest thing to owning this car. Massive thank you to Lamborghini. I hope I've done this car justice, because it is the best Lamborghini that has ever been built. It just is. Just, that's it. I'll see you soon, guys. Let me know whether you've enjoyed this video. Take care, subscribe, like this video. Goodbye.